Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my weekly episodes of COVID-19 or Chinese coronavirus or Kung flu, Wuhan flu, CCP virus. You know, the virus that came out of China, the Chinese playing God, open Pandora's box, essentially releasing disease, the coronavirus, to the rest of the world, which I think is going to kick off a worldwide conflict, worldwide recession and depression. We're in a lot of ways already in um, self-preservation. You're already seeing conflict, protest, rioting. I mean, even in America. So I think this is for the most part, this is a bad omen that came out of China. All right. All right. So this episode, I have a theory, at least in America. And if you look at the screen, you'll, and like example, New York, um, Florida, Texas, and California. And I'll try to explain, like New York was the original epicenter, so that's why it's blue. But I think there's some other reasons why uh, New York could be this heavy blue. The blue represents the number of infected confirmed cases. But if you look at these blue areas, California, Texas, Florida, New York, and then Chicago kind of getting up there, but not quite. But you see these areas here. But the major ones, New York, Florida, Texas, and California, I believe in some instances, at least I'll try to show some evidence or some data, which I've come up to some conclusions of the spread of the coronavirus in America. I think it's related to the drug trade. Because if you think about the drug trade, it's the only industry, whether legal or illegal, licit or illicit. That means, legal marijuana or illegal marijuana. Of course, there's other drugs that are definitely contraband. But if you look at the drug trade, it's the only industry that will not shut down. They're not high on hygienic, right, on hygiene or being sanitary when they make the drugs or distribute the drugs. It's a cash business. Even the legal marijuana dispensaries are cash business for the most part because the banks will not work with them. So they often deal with cash. So it's cash business. So there's a lot of money laundering and cash handling. And of course, the distribution of the drugs itself. So if you look at Texas is a major hub for drug distribution. It obviously comes from Mexico. Also is immigration, illegal immigration. Immigrations are there. It's related, but a little different. But a lot of border crossing happens in Texas, California, parts of Arizona, of course. And along with border crossing and illegal immigration comes drug trafficking. And then eventually, drug trafficking through California goes all the way up to Portland to Washington in the northwest or western state areas, and that includes Arizona. Texas is a major hub along the Mexican border. Drug trafficking here goes all the way up through Chicago, here to Chicago, New York, Florida, all up through here. It's a major route going all throughout the Midwest or Mid-East and all the way to the eastern seaboard into Florida, of course. And so with that, okay, not only the distribution of the drug trade, then you also have the cash aspect. A lot of that cash gets collected and moved. And when you're dealing with cash, again, you're talking about the coronavirus, cash is possibly a way to contract the coronavirus. So let's just go over the numbers real quick. And that this is just my theory because I think it's not been touched upon, but the drug trade could be a major factor and contributor in the spread of the coronavirus. All right. So one of the things I want to go here is to the data from the Texas state. All right. And if you look at the demographics, almost 40% confirmed cases come from Hispanic. Now, I'm not saying all Hispanics are in the drug trade, but a lot of that community are either immigrants, legal immigrants, okay, and also illegal immigrants, and of course, South America, Mexico, major drug operations, especially along the border of Mexico. So you kind of have to make some assumptions, and so and also this group of community also they deal a lot in cash, all right, because a lot of if they're an illegal immigration, if they're an illegal immigrant, they have to do a lot of work in cash, so they're handling cash. Okay, and then if you look at the age group, 20, 30, 40, these are the top age groups. This is also the same age group that most likely will be drug users, all right, even up to your 50s, I guess. But this age group right here that you're looking at, not only are they the working age group, but they're also the age group who are the drug users. So you got a lot of handling of bags, okay? You have a lot of handling of cash. And again, in an industry that does not shut down, not sanitary, all right? So I think this could be another contributing factor into the spread of the coronavirus. And then finally, if you look at the map here, and this is a little bit more detailed, if you look at the map here, you could kind of see how it could be distributed, or the distribution of both drugs and money laundering, and how that spreads out. Major routes here through Texas. If you look along the borders, there's some huge increases, 7-day average increase. El Paso being another one. Out here in Houston area, a little bit of Dallas, and then all through the Gulf Coast, all the way into Florida. Florida's a major hub for drug distribution. And you got Atlanta, Georgia, and then all throughout the eastern seaboard, all the way going up to New York, and then you have some routes going through directly into Chicago, and then it spreads out. It just spreads out from there. Once it reaches the major hubs, cities, spreads out. And if you look at California, Phoenix, I always wonder why Arizona had so many cases, and Arizona is also a major route for drug distribution. A lot of the drugs do come through into Arizona. So if you look at the border areas, you'll see a very 7-day average is in the red, and then all Southern California, and then you have, of course, your legal marijuana hitting parts of San Francisco area, and if I go up, Washington, right, Seattle area, and then parts of Portland, or Oregon in general grows marijuana for both California and Washington. So anyways, I'm going to conclude this episode. Please like, share, comment. Tell me what you think. Is the drug trade causing the spread of the coronavirus? I think it's a contributing factor. I didn't go over the numbers, but anyways, bye-bye, everybody.